This is my new quarantine pass. It's now a whole bond paper short. And you can see there is a code on the corner. I'm going down to the city to do some banking. And I just received my electric bill this morning, so I have to pay that one as well. So hopefully it's not so strict, because there was a meeting from the city council last Friday that they're gonna be imposing a lot of checks because of what happened, that one barangay just ignored the ECQ. They're even one of the 12 barangays that's on hard lockdown, and they had a fiesta celebration, disco, and a parade, Sinulog parade, that they are located near in the heart of the city. And that was really a big issue right now, that the increase of confirmed cases has risen up. It might be that journalists was saying that the whole Cebu Island might be put back in ECQ, which is really annoying, because the restriction of movement, like we can't even cross borders, even though it could have been better. Even though we are in ECQ, we could have just follow the social distancing, but we still can cross borders, because it's really hard that you are just on the same places all the time, because most of the places are on total lockdown. Like right now, I can't go by Ayala, because the way I go there, unless I go around and turn around in the long way, the middle city, Barrio Luz, is on hard lockdown again. So it's really very long lockdown here in Cebu City. Remember my first video, I'm getting ready for the lockdown, and a lot of Cebuanos said that I'm crazy, it will never happen. In fact, worse than ever, worse than the other places. And this is very unfortunate for us here, that we gotta suffer longer ECQ, because especially in the middle part of the city, there are a lot of confirmed cases. It's growing every day. So we are not just the only one. If you see the news in America, they're worse. But for the Philippines, or the Asian wise, the Philippines is the worst one. So far, the checks that I am anticipating, they know me, so they don't check so much. But I'm still on my protective gear, gloves, mask, and I keep distance from the people that I meet, even though I know them, just to be sure, because this is getting really hard and really inconvenient now. So I'm now nearing Talamban. This is our main barangay here in the north of Cebu City. This is about 12 kilometers from my place. So you can see Metro Bank Cebu Talamban. This is the Talamban area, North Cebu City. And so for those people who want to know what are these roads, this is the Talamban Road. And I had a video here walking around here. So if you are going to Pitos, the north barangays, this is the main barangay of the north, Talamban. So from this one, it connects to Pitos, Binalio, Pulang Bato, Guba, Agsungot. All the mountain barangays on the north go through here in Talamban. Otherwise, you can also go via Lahog, Barangay Lahog, going to Busay, then to the Sirao Gardens. Sirao Gardens can be accessed through our roads. It's quicker from our roads because it's nearer. That Sirao is also one of the mountain barangays that near our place, but still part of Cebu City. There are still like about 15 barangays around the mountainous area that can be accessed from where we live. So now you can see that's still Talamban Lisel Corporation, Housing Corporation, and how deserted is the road. But again, Mandaue may be put to ACQ later on because their cases of this disease has also risen up. This is very unfortunate for us because some of the people are really stubborn. They don't practice the social distancing. Even though if they are working, they can do social distancing. That's why I don't want a lot of workers working for me. I just want to, like, the 3 workers I have right now are enough for our own safety. And like I said, Julita and Junel live in one house because they're father and son. They just have an extended house, one area, not one house, I mean. They're just close to one another. And then Daloy, which is just my domestic worker, and that will be enough. I don't care how long it takes, but when it comes that it's all normal, then I could hire different workers. But as of the moment, when the times are like this, I cannot hire. I don't want to hire other workers. So you can see these familiar roads because someone was telling me that I'm always sharing the same road. I think it's not rocket science to know that we are on pandemic. Some of the roads the shops that I want to go to are closed. So this is my normal way to go up to the center of Cebu, which is the Talamban Road, and I'm avoiding going to the central city because most of the barangays there are on hard lockdown. Avoid it. They're the one with many cases. So, and also the subject is not about roads. It's about what I'm talking about, the subject that I want to talk about, which is I base it on the comments, I base it on the requests. But I'm also updating you what's happening here in Cebu City, especially my viewers that comes from Cebu or Cebu City. So this is the Talamban, and this is now the area of University of San Carlos Talamban. There's a lot of vendors allowed to sell goods in the side streets because a lot has no job, so their means of living now is selling. They can get passes that you are food delivery, food sellers, because the government understand that people needs to earn a living. So by selling different food like fruits, vegetables, meat, eggs, they are allowed to conduct business on the side streets. So look how deserted it is. But when it was the first time that it was in ECQ, the people seems to follow it at first. Then it becomes GCQ, and then they are like animals get out of the cage that they don't follow anymore. That's why we go back to ECQ. And this is very unfortunate now that despite the ECQ, they are still holding their fiestas, masses, like discos. This is just ridiculous because it's now a big news around here that Barangay Basak Nicolas are not following the quarantine protocols and make us all suffer for the extended ECQ. So there's still, that's the garbage collecting. Oh, not garbage collecting, that's the rice distribution thing. The barangays up the mountain are already done with their rice distribution this last Friday and Saturday. The new rice distribution. You can see all the vendors on the streets there. They are allowed to sell anywhere now just to earn a living as long as you're not obstructing traffic. So I'm gonna have to go this way because I'm going to my bank here in Banilad. So this is the new Shell station. So this area here, this is the Banilad Talamban, where Gaisano Country Mall is gonna be. This is about 20 kilometers from my place. So this is where all the banks, although we have banks, local banks in Talamban, but they are mostly government banks. Here is my bank, but I go to my first bank first, which is PS Bank, and then I'll go back there. So I'm going near Country Mall, so I could also pay the bills first, then from there then go back to video, then going back, way back. So you can see this is now Country Mall. So I was directed here because my pass is not the right one. Our barangay has not been issuing anything yet because they so-called been printing. I just parked my car in the Spice where I'm gonna pick up Indian food. I can't go to do my banking inside Gaisano Country Mall for my other bank because I was not allowed to go in because my ECQ pass is not the one that they honor now. So I had to sort it out in my barangay because I heard last time that they have not finished printing the new ECQ Plus. But I just walked towards this Japanese shop that I want to check because my daughter wants to get some Japanese medicine that she thinks it's effective. And mostly this Machiya Mart, which is the Japanese grocery supermarket here, usually have that. So I passed this way when I was riding the car, but since the other side where BTC is closed, it's hard to turn around under the overpass. So this is the overpass of Talamban, Banilad Talamban. So this is our new Shell station here on the right side, but next block will be the one, the Japanese supermarket, Machiya Mart. See if they have it. And it's very, very strict now because of what happened, that there is no decrease in the number of cases. A lot are confirmed, so we just have to be careful. So this is very unfortunate for Cebu City, to be honest, but I said sometimes it's not, we cannot just blame the leaders. The people itself will be the one taking the initiative to avoid, to follow the social distancing. But you can see that the leaders are the ones suffering as well, being blamed for the rising of cases in their barangays. So that way, where I turn, that's Barangay Banilad, Cebu City. This is the Barangay Banilad, and when you turn there, that's AS Fortuna. That's already Mandawi City when you turn there. So you can see the sign, you are now leaving Barangay Banilad, Cebu City. So at the end of that roundabout with the red and white, that's the end of the Cebu City jurisdiction. And I think the Machiya is open, but you can only order outside. Let me see. I'm going back to the Indian place because this tablet that my daughter is looking for, it's called Eve, is not available. This one. Eve is not available in the Japanese supermarket. So I just had to walk through here to go to the Indian place, and while walking here I'll be passing through the little market on the roadside that's where people are selling different kind of stuff to earn a living for this quarantine. Unfortunately, I can't go to my place that I'm intending to. I have to sort it out with the barangay first. So this is how it walk around here. This is Barangay Banilad, Talamban. So most of the clinics and beauty salon are closed. This one here is like mostly Japanese. And the next door are mostly Korean. The Banilad place, most of the shops there are Korean. You can see there's a lot of rain here in Cebu City. Look at that. All puddles of water. So you can see here all the vendors for the markets. And they are here almost every day. You got all the fish that's for sale. Look at the squid. Pilang kilo ng nukos dong? 330 per kilo for this big squid. Plus 420. So you got the small squid here and a different fish. 320. And then next door is the chicken vendor. Tagpilang kilo dudong? 120. Buo. Then you got the vegetables. Kamote. Okra. Pila kilo yung luy adong? 12. Loy adong ba?
No, okay kayo.
Luy pila kilo?
Luy 200 ra.
200. Pero ko 1/4 di.
Cute kayo mo ang medium.
Oh. 1/4 lang dong. Nya imong kalbasa?
20 ang kilo.
Balik ka sa kukuan.
Bang, wala diri bang bayad ka. Bang. Uy.
So I'm buying some ginger because I ran out. Nya lugbati ga.
Make yourself busy to busy. Di ka kamao. My God. Good.
So
120.
I'll be buying some vegetables here.
120 kan minute 40. Ali deh. Tikata deh,
So they are allowed by the government so they can earn a bit more while they have no job. 1/4 lang daw ngayon kay mahal. 1/4 quinta. 1/4 for
1/4 nga.
kuan sa kanang kalbasa sa kilo. Oh. O sa kilo lang dong 1 kilo of red squash. Pila yung mga bati ga?
Bati. 50 50 kilo.
Usasad ka kilo ang agbati. So that's my red squash, then the spinach.
Taong ray mo ha? 20 ang 1 na naman, ko.
So the spinach is like, pilang kilo na ga? Bati na. Parihar mo. Na, kuan na lang. Pila imong pila imong
kilo imo. Usag to nga po, ay na lang. Kato na lang kay go para ba kayo imong gipili, sayang kayo.
Talong tag pilang kilo dong?
Okay na lang. Okay na lang ko na imong sinabi. Ang talong iti. Pila mo ani batong.
Tag pilang kilo na?
80 sad.
Tunga lang.
Kuya, pwede ko mga sudlaan. May
Ah.
plastic.
Bra. Oh, lagi ka dai.
So string beans, half a kilo. 40 pesos. Tunga lang.
Taon na ko pagsaw ka, tanaw nimo.
Nya talong tag pilang kilo ga?
Talong iti sad.
Tunga sa talong di. Eggplant is also 80. I know it's cheaper, we can get it in our markets on the top of the hill, but we can't go there as of the moment.
Wala, ay tara na.
Kali ko no? Pila na siya?
Kunin ko sa ma'am. Okay.
1/4 na.
Kanila?
Oh, kana lang. Imong agbati di gyud madalagang.
Matik jud dayo eh.
So he won't tell me his spinach. Okay, tipa.
40, 20, 150, 50 ngaloy
Okay, sige, sige. They also have people selling fruits. Apple, oranges. Pilang kilo saging gang? Oh, 100. Nakagwapa siyang avocado. Avocado man pila? 100 pesos for avocado. I think I just have to tell Daloy to climb on the tree. Because I got 2 avocados tree on the other hill. And you got other grocery items, sugar repack, beans repack, salt, eggs. But the trouble is, if it is eggs like this, I don't know if it's fresh. Pilang tray dong? Yung itlog maalat. Then you got some cake shop and then more fruits and vegetables. Pila mo saging? 90. So these are the people that sells on the quarantine that's allowed by the mayor, but they can be seen in different location here in the city. Some there are in the university side. They got some sellers there as well. I got my vegetable here. I know it's cheaper on the hills, but we can't go cross over, and now that I'm here, I just buy it as well. I just add some more on the fresher ones, like the spinach. I had to get it on the hills. Anyway, sometimes that the farmers don't even make you pay. So I end up having free, which I don't like. So sometimes I just give them equivalent of like cakes and different stuff to get to pay back their free vegetable that they gave me, like avocados. I got 2 trees of avocados up the hill, so I just let Daloy buy it. So I'm here now on the spice. Unfortunately, I can't get the headache tablet that my daughter wants. In Bakayan, Talamban. So this is on the way to Pitos, and your indication is this is the Gaisano Saber Smart there, Bakayan. So I'm following this multi-cab, the yellow one that signifies City Hall color, just telling the people to stay home, only go out when necessary. because this is the disease of the country that cannot be fight back. That's what he's saying. We don't know who is our enemy because we cannot see them. So for our own safety, we shall have to make sure that we stay home and go out when necessary, because the virus is not predictable. Yeah, I'm bleeding. So he's going to that big subdivision there called the Villa Layson. This one here is around 10 kilometers from my place, Bakayan area. And this is where this is another barangay that next to Pitos, that's still part of the north of Cebu City. But when you see Talamban, sometimes we're even part of Talamban because they mean this mountainous area. So I'm going home this way, although I pass on the other side when I go out, but I'm gonna have to stop in our barangay hall to get my quarantine pass so I could do my business. So I've noticed this one here, and the green fence is a newly bought property, and I heard they're gonna build a condominium on that one. So we are now on Pitos, Barangay Pitos, and this is my way sometimes when I go up to the hill, but this is the long way. I always shortcut on the other side where the North Gen Hospital way, and if you look at your map, you can see there where is North Gen Hospital. That's my shortcut, because from if I don't pass here in Pitos, I save 6 kilometers not passing here, because next to this one is Pulang Batu. That's where I have to pass, but I could also go on, just follow the road straight, don't turn left, and you can go to Binaleo 1, then Binaleo 2, but that's another long way to go. So we got a familiar turning on the left, which some of the Walking Edge supporter was saying that I'm showing on the same road. It doesn't take rocket science to know that I cannot go around. Like I said, it's just unfortunate that we cannot go and move around, but you can still see the people are not practicing the social distancing, although they do wear the mask. But the social distancing is the one that's not there. Because that woman seems to be going over to my lane. Have to beat her. Now I'm passing through this you know, the spiral staircase that I filmed once. That's the one. And they are now spraying the railings that they've been welding into silver. This Villa del Rio 2 subdivision. And this is next is Greenwood subdivision. And there's the school. SciTech Academy is a private school, elementary to senior high school. So I'm gonna have to sort out this one with our barangay, why we haven't had any new quarantines up the hill. So these are part of the Pulang Batu jurisdiction now, Barangay Pulang Batu. So you can see the familiar bridge that I always pass through before, that I shown you, because next to this is the Greenwood subdivision. So this is my new quarantine pass. It's now a whole bond paper short, and you can see there is a code on the corner that at the end of this one is odd, so I'm only allowed out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if your QR pass, which they will check, is even, you can only get out TTHS. So that's why there's a lot. Then you got your name, the city, and the barangay. So the green one that you see is the old quarantine pass that we have, but this one, all laminated in, is the new quarantine pass that we can use around only one per family. So it is now lessening, unlike before that 2 or 3 in the family can be issued a quarantine pass like this green one, but this new one is very limited. So I have even to get it here in the barangay, here of our barangay Pulang Batu. This is our barangay area. That's our barangay hall. So I gotta go now because I got the barangay captain immediately released mine. There's some people are still waiting, so as you know, I have to go now before they notice. I just go back home and then just get down when my QR pass of my new quarantine will be allowed, I think Wednesday, because it's now 3 o'clock and then the grocery close at 5, or the banks already closed as well. Anyway, 3 o'clock they close, so there's no point. But at least I got the quarantine pass, because it is now rumored that another month is gonna be another 15 days, then another 15 days before we will be lifted off from ECQ. It's making me scared that I need to really make sure that I'm strictly following the hygienic orders. It seems like it takes a long time for this pandemic to end. This is now getting so getting worse here, and it's not good for the people's economic stability. They cannot make their jobs, they cannot pay their bills. Now you can, after this pandemic, I'm expecting a lot of cars will be for sale, a lot of houses will be repossessed. This is getting ridiculous, because a lot of them can't have jobs. The businesses are closing. So this is the effect of this pandemic, is the economic downfall of most people. Now I will be featuring, maybe after the pandemic, all the repossessed cars, second-hand cars will be going down. So this is not a joke, and some people don't realize that we are the only place right now that's on ECQ all over the Philippines. We're the only one on ECQ. They got people there buying pigs, maybe to sell, because most of them now are slaughtering their pigs, and you can see that their pigs are not thin, for meat, because a lot of people are buying, they just deliver it by houses. So this is the effect now. And like, let's say the situation of Maymay, when people used to have their clothes washed, because some of them cannot have their jobs, they're the one washing their clothes, so she had no income. People are not asking her to fetch water because they're doing it themselves. Sand and gravel, they don't have money to make any more improvements in their house, so she's the one who's suffering. And even the farmers that she used to ask the vegetables in the farms, they hardly give her any, only the rotten ones. I mean, the one that they don't sell on the market, the inferior quality ones, because they need to earn themselves, because their big restaurant that they supply are closed. So they are forced to sell it on markets. So it does affect so many economic situation of the people.